Ah, these dang kids being a piece of shit to people. Hardy har har. Welcome back to another horrible fucking video about someone basically being shit to another person. This was trending on Twitter on like multiple people for some reason. You might think it's new, but for some reason these people are trying to make it new when this came out in 2017. So I don't know why it's actually trending now. It's kind of weird, but we'll watch the video because for some reason Twitch is making this a pretty bad thing. We'll get to that later in the video. So we're gonna go watch this and then we're gonna see Twitter's stupidity about this.
I stop talking! You do not come up to me, Dr. Shu. Get my goddamn face!
You go there.
All right?
Sit down. Okay?
You go sit down!
What did you? Why you told me?
You go sit down, all right?
You never
Come up to me like that? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, this is incredibly unfunny and really annoying. This kid trying to look like a jock from a Disney high school movie basically comes up to a teacher, starts talking shit because, I don't know. I want to say he's stopping something, but I honestly don't really know. Maybe he's just trying to say sit down, which he does say in this video. But you don't really know the reasoning or the beginning of this whole situation. You just get to this part of the video where this guy is just having a mental breakdown for no reason. Like, for fuck's sakes, even if there's something in the beginning, this isn't the reaction at all in any certain situation. Now, I gotta give props to the teacher real quick. This teacher literally has some nice swag going on over here. I've never seen teachers use that kind of style before in my life, man. Look at that. That's kind of sick. But maybe this was his science experiment. His hypothesis was he wanted to piss off his teacher and see what happens if he makes a big scene. If you say this isn't a science class, then you're dead wrong, because you can clearly see the chemical shower right in the background. So
Yeah, twitch your little fucking face. Turn around and raise your fist like that, Dr. Shu. Do it again. I'm not fucking playing. All right?
This guy sounded like he was in WWE. I ain't playing, boy. I want you to get on your knees and suck my dick until we go into the Royal Rumble. Like, this guy is putting so much emotion in here. It literally feels like a Disney movie right now. Like, this guy is over exaggerating. He has so much emotion. Like, he's about to have a breakdown scene where he's gonna go talk to the camera and talk about his feelings and how his dad raped him or some stupid shit. That's why he became a total bully and a bitch boy. Like, this guy too can't even make up his own mind. He literally told him, you sit the fuck down, and when he turns around he says, don't you turn your back on me. What do you want him to do then?
Come up to me and do that to me. I'll do it to you, bitch. All right?
Go sit down.
Shut your fucking mouth. Fucking tell me. Who the fuck do you think you are?
See, I think this guy is kind of confused on everything. He is the student, this one's the teacher, and the fact that this teacher didn't get out of his seat, or even before he sat down, kicked his fucking head open. I mean, this guy is more skinnier than me and I look like a fucking twig, is kind of depressing, and he has this mouth on him thinking that he's all hot shit, kind of sad. The fact that everybody in the class right now is giggling and laughing at him right now, just having this breakdown, kind of shows that you're not a threat to literally anybody. So the fact that you're trying to act like a threat, kind of sad. Like, this guy is like the chillest fucking teacher. He's not even screaming, telling him to sit down. Yet you're over here screaming like you're in the woods lost, like, help me, I can't find my way.
The fuck, nigga? Fucking bitch.
Oh great, the nibble word. That's always a fun word to use on an Asian person. Also, I love the fact that he just tries to break something and throw it at his face. No wonder you didn't make the football team. Your arm fucking sucks.
Fuck, nigga. Pick up your fucking room.
You do that. You keep doing that.
You what, Dr. Shu, huh?
You keep
What I
doing
do?
that.
You took the fucking trash can to me, huh?
Hold on, get out. Just get out.
You keep doing that.
Stay outside.
Fucking whack ass nigga.
And that's the end of the drama. Yep, this kid is a piece of shit. You're literally having a temper tantrum because the guy told him to sit down in class. Maybe he was late, so he told him get in fast. Or who really knows the beginning? But the beginning doesn't even matter at this point. This guy just called him a nibba like 3 times. He's getting all mad because he told him to sit down because, you know, he's the teacher. He is needing to teach the class. You need to sit down so he can teach the class. You're littering and throwing shit at his face. Kind of fucked up. But for some reason now this is trending on Twitter. Like from 2 people. The first guy I've seen isn't even that bad. His whole people reacting to it is kind of tamed. But for some reason, the guy that reposted, yeah, we're gonna have a massive fucking problem with this. I stumbled upon this guy who, yeah, isn't really making a joke like another dude was doing as a sarcastic thing. White privilege at its finest. I don't know how the hell is white privilege. Like, why? Because the teacher can't kick the student's ass or else he's gonna be fired. Even if the teacher did kick the student's ass, like I was saying, he should have at that point. He doesn't want to get fired, playing it smart. A lot of students have that with teachers as well. How is this only white? Don't worry, it gets even worse of these replies. White privilege, explain the black crime. What black crime? Explain the school shooting. I'm honestly trying to fathom, why did you go from it's a race thing to school shootings? Are you telling me only white people shoot up schools? Because I know that's a big fucking lie. I don't know what you're even getting at here. Maybe because this guy's a Eugene, but you can't even have that argument because the guy put white privilege first. You go first. Explain the rampant black on blacks crime and the black on Asian crime and the black on white crime. We're waiting. Explain why you only know and are friends with white people. It is a coincidence you've gone your whole life without having one close friend that isn't white. Yeah, explain to me where the fuck that even happened. Like seriously, that whole thread, like what the fuck? My brain cells literally died just trying to understand what the fuck that was. It's parents. Stop saying it's a kid problem. Kids are just kids. A product of parenting and environment. Why have this generation of parents raised kids with so little care or others of authority? It's an obvious trend with high school age kids over the past 5 years. Yeah, but you just realize the hypocrisy of it is high school. See, if this was a little kid or maybe at the most middle school, you could kind of see maybe it could be the parents. But this is high school. This kid is basically acting like a piece of shit and it has nothing to do with parenting at all. You've went so far and beyond. Like this guy could literally have done other things. The parents can only go so far with parenting a kid like this. It's up to the kid to actually listen to the parents or not. I mean, don't you remember being rebellious when you were a kid? Like, this has nothing to do with the parents' fault. The parents aren't even in the picture right now. This is his fault. He's the one that had the breakdown. He's the one that did this. So stop trying to blame others for his problems. That's one of the reasons why these kids these days do this. If there's other certain situations, yes, it would be the parents, but this has nothing to do with parenting. What happened to parents disciplining their children? If I had acted like this in school, I still wouldn't be able to sit down, and I'm nearly in my mid-30s now. How do you know that he didn't get disciplined? Like, for fuck's sakes, how do you not know? There's no proof, I understand that, of what happened to this guy later on in the video, how even the freaking article that said this was from 2017 didn't even explain anything. But how are you certain that the parents didn't discipline him? It's not the kids, it is the parenting. And see the statistics of divorces, broken families, abuse, violence, etc. You call this disrespect? Okay, buddy, we surpassed disrespect. Kids now are shooting guns in schools. It's definitely the parents' fault. A kid's behavior is a direct reflection of the parenting. Okay, get ready for this stupid fucking logic. A dog will piss in the house when it has to pee. Only when the owner house trains them, they will learn to not do so. Thus, when a dog isn't trained, owner gets blamed, not the dog. Yeah, you heard that right. He compared children to fucking dogs training as them pissing in houses to go piss outside. Like I said before, this has nothing to do with the parents. In this situation, that has nothing to do with the fucking parents. And the fact that this guy literally used school shootings as a thing because it's blaming it on the parents. What if the parents did do the parenting? Oh, they didn't do enough of it? That's like the stupidest fucking logic. It's not the kid's fault at all that he didn't listen to the parents saying respect others. At certain situations, it is the kid's fault. So stop blaming it on parents, because if you want to say, oh, kids are not this and that, and they'll never learn, you have to blame it on the kid at times, especially in this situation. If it's a different situation that has to do with parents, like say for instance, I remember seeing this somewhere. I don't know if it was a TV show or it was actually on the news, but there was a kid that had an open gun that the parents left open. At that certain situation, you can blame the parents because the parents didn't lock their gun up. So the kid took it and started playing with it. At that certain situation, because you're talking about school shootings and basically playing with guns and shit, that is a certain situation where you blame the parents. Right here, where this kid is having a mental breakdown, where parents are not even be able to be seen in high school, mind you, has nothing to do with the parents. Now, if the parents didn't discipline their kids after this, or even when they heard about this, then that's completely different. You can blame the parents for not disciplining him after. But in this situation, you just can't. There's no way. Because the way to do this with your kids, you don't go off the bat and blame somebody else, because the kid's just going to go off and do his own thing now and do the same shit because, oh, I didn't get hurt the first time. My parents got the blame, so I can keep doing it over and over. It's not going to affect me. That's what they're going to think over and over. He talks to his teacher this way. He talks to his parents like this, or whoever is his parents. Honestly, I wonder if it's more likely that his parents treat him in this way. A lot of times, school bullies are being accused or neglected at home and act the way they do at school to try to get respect and authority the only way their parents have shown them to. You do realize if this guy was a school bully, every single person in the video was laughing at him. You wouldn't laugh at a school bully because you would get your teeth kicked in too. Do kids nowadays go to school to learn at all? They should feel so lucky to have teachers who are dedicated to teaching them. Because in other parts of the world, kids grow up not knowing anything else, but only learned how to find food for the day. Honestly, I'm not going to be a shithole here. That's honestly something that is way better to be taught than being in school learning fucking history and shit. Because you always say history or math or all this stuff is important. Let's be honest, do you remember anything, and do you remember repeating your same shit over and over and you're telling yourself not to, but it still repeats? Look at today's society. We repeat shit every fucking day for this history shit. It's just in different layers. It honestly doesn't matter at this point. Like, finding food for the day is probably more important than what you're learning right now in school. That's what happens when you're disciplined by timeouts and not an actual good old-fashioned ass whooping. Okay, that logic made no fucking sense whatsoever. Regardless of what punishment, you would still act like that one day. You're not gonna be perfect 100%. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to go through. Actually, this is what happens when a dad beats the shit out of their kids. They don't know how to control their emotions. Actually, it is not. If you discipline a child only when necessary, they are good. But if they are abused for no reason, this can happen. There is a difference. Hitting your kid isn't discipline. Sure as hell is. That's why principals used to have paddles called corporal punishment. Corporal punishment doesn't work. Physically abusing kids teaches them nothing. About anyone with any formalized education, his child psychologically would tell you that. Bull crap. Corporal punishment does work. It doesn't. In fact, it doesn't even matter what form you do. So shut the fuck up, all of you. No matter what punishment you give to the kid, they will still act like this. It has nothing to do with anything. At a certain point, they will fucking do something and it's not in their control because, you know, sometimes shit slips out. And I understand that 100%. But that doesn't mean you blame everything on the parents or how they get disciplined or this and that. Because everybody does make mistakes. This is gonna be my fucking final talking point of this, because Jesus Christ, these people are so fucking brain dead. They don't even understand what to do. Remember, what happens when you do something? Honestly, what happens? You take the blame, you man up, you grab your balls and walk out. Unless something happens that is not your fault, then there you go. Why is it only if it's kids that are under the age of 18 get this privilege of not being able to have anything to be blamed on them, but it's always going to be the parents? What if this guy's a fucking orphan? He doesn't even know his parents. Like, how are you going to blame the parents? Oh, the parents ditched him? What if the parents died? What, are you going to blame the parents for the way he's acting like this because they died? They should have never let death take them in the first place, because that was a real bitch thing to do, let their kids stay. That's kind of fucked up. Honestly, this shit sounds like HR and Macy's. Oh, you gotta take the blame for somebody else because they did something bad, so we'll drag you into it. Your kid did something bad, so we're gonna blame the parents. Definitely an HR move in Macy's. Alright, I'm done with this shit.